Hi friends, in today's video I'll tell you what results you will get when the third lord is in each of the 12 houses of your birth chart. Now before I proceed to the results, first of all, what is the third house and the third lord? Friends, do you know which house is one of the most important houses in your birth chart? If you really want to, create to some extent, you want to with the help of your sheer hard work and efforts, if you believe that you have the power to achieve what you really want, okay, so if you really believe in your own hard work, then definitely the third house is the most important house. Actually, this is the house of parakram, the house of hard work, the house of courage, willpower. Now when the third lord is well placed in your chart, it can show that if you really make efforts, you will be successful. While people who do not have a good position, when their third lord is not very well placed, then even if they make efforts, their efforts are not going to be successful. I mean, they may try hard, okay, but they may not be successful in their endeavors. So for that, you need to have a very powerful third lord, or a third lord which is well placed. So how will you know? Now friends, third lord is the lord, the sign, the zodiac sign which is in the third house. Say if you have the sign of Gemini, then the third lord is Mercury. If you have the sign of Libra, then your third lord will be Venus. So where that planet is placed, in which house, alright? So let's begin the discussion. Now suppose the third lord is in the first house, then what results you will get? Such people will believe in hard work. They will believe that they have the power to achieve what they want in life, okay? So they will believe in their own efforts. So third lord in the first house is a very good placement for those people who believe in the power of self efforts, okay? And these people also, because third lord is after all is connected to the third house, and third house is originally the house of Mercury, and also Mars is the significator. So third house is the house of courage, also willpower. So such people will have great willpower also. They will have the willpower to to manifest whatever they want in life, okay? So that also is possible. Now when what else I can say, your siblings, your younger siblings, they can also play a very important role in your life, your younger siblings, all right? So that is also possible. Now they will be very important to you. They will influence your life in a big way. Your younger siblings, your life may revolve around them. This is possible. And you will be a person of your own efforts. You will believe in your efforts and skills, and you will believe in creating your own destiny to a great extent. Now friends, but if the third lord in the first house is afflicted, or if it is associated with malefics, then you may make efforts but you may not be successful. So which planet it is associated with, that you need to see. And every planet, whether it is, even if it is Rahu or any other planet, friends, we should not dismiss any planet as being totally malefic. It is not so, actually. Even a planet like Rahu is capable of giving you very good results. Very, you have to, very powerful influence it can have. So you have to understand, you have to absorb the energy of that planet in a positive way. Rahu is online technology, social media technology. Rahu is using your, even intuition. People with a strong Rahu, they have the power to do research also, okay? So yeah, so friends, that is why. Now third lord, it is associated with which planets, okay? So accordingly, now you will have to deal with your life, how you need to make efforts and all that. So generally this placement is good for those people who believe in hard, and they will really believe in their hard work. They will believe in their own efforts. Okay, they will not rely much on others. So such people could be can do very well if they are into independent business. All right. So even if they are doing job, they will really make efforts and they will try to reach at a very good position in their professional sphere. Now let's move on to what will happen when the third lord is in the second house. The second house is the house of your wealth. Yes, your wealth, your possessions, even your values. Okay, so maybe the kind of values which you have. Yes, those values either third lord is in the second house. You want to pass on your values to your younger siblings, or your younger siblings also have they also kind of have a lot of influence on the way you look at life, and so you have developed your own values maybe because of their influence in your life. That is also possible. Now friends, what else I can tell you? Suppose the third lord is in the second house. Then second house is the house of wealth. So you will be able to earn a lot of money also through your own efforts. You will make efforts and that will enable you to earn money. That is possible. All right. Now third lord in the second house of family. So yeah, definitely you may be close to your younger siblings in the family. It is possible. Then third lord in the second house. Your efforts, your hard work, your willpower, your courage, your determination, your self-confidence can enable you to earn money, to accumulate money. So this is actually good, So really you should believe in your own efforts. So that will enable you to earn money, accumulate money in life. That is a wonderful thing. So and third lord. Now third lord has come to the house of second house of speech. Now you may be a little straightforward and logical in your speech. Okay, so so be careful. Do not hurt others by speaking harshly. So you have to be a little careful, because you will be very logical in your speech, and you may be very straightforward and to the point also. Okay, so be careful. Now depends on what planet is there. If the planet is a benefic, then your speech will be very good and you will have great communication skills. Your communication skills will enable you to earn a lot. Anyway, you can be into any profession wherein you need to use communication skills, because third lord in the second house, and with the help of your communication skills you can earn money. Okay, it's possible. Now second lord in the third lord in the second house. All these things we can say. Now friends, let us move on to third lord in the third house. If the third lord is in the third house, then I can say that it is a good placement, because the lord of the house is in its own house. Okay, third lord in the third house itself. So that means the third lord is in the third house. From there it is looking at your ninth house of fortune. Okay, it will cast direct aspect, seventh aspect on the ninth house of fortune. So that means you will the more you make efforts, the more you become fortunate in life. Now efforts, making efforts along a constructive direction in life. Now you should not be confused. Okay, third lord in the third house, such people, they may have a lot of skills, They may be interested in many things. They may be interested in exploring many things. But finally you have to find out what is your purpose of life and what is your goal or aim in life. And along that direction you will have to really focus and work hard. I mean, you have to make efforts along that particular direction. So you have to choose your goal in life, your ambition. You have to be aware of that, and you have to go on making efforts, and it is looking at your house of fortune. So the more you make efforts along a proper direction, the more you become fortunate in life, and the wheel of fortune can turn in your favor, and you can become fortunate in this very life itself. All right. Now, third lord in the third house itself. So third lord, somehow this planet, whichever planet will be the lord of the third house, because third house, we cannot forget, is also, after all, the house of certain obstacles. I mean, that is why it is called mildly malefic. Malefic. So now this lord is coming to your third house itself, and we cannot forget that third lord or third house's energy is connected originally in the chart of the cosmic man with Mars and Mercury. So there could be certain problems with your siblings, with your younger siblings. It can happen. Some conflicts with them can happen. Okay, you may have to really work hard to keep them happy. You may find it very challenging to make them happy. This can happen. You really make a lot of efforts to please your younger siblings, or you have taken the responsibility. You're making efforts. You have taken their responsibility. This is also possible. All right. Now, third lord, if it is well posited in the third house itself, then it can bless the native with great communication skills, with great logical reasoning ability. All right. And such natives can really do very well if they are in the field of communication, media, journalism, writing, painting, using their skills with the hands. Okay, so they can do very well they can be very good at any kind of artistic field also, because Mercury is connected to the third house naturally. So they can be a very good artist, or they can also be into sports. They can do very well in these fields. When you have third lord in the third house, they will be very courageous, no doubt. Such people, if third lord is well posited, and especially if it is aspected by benefics or associated with benefics, then such people will be very courageous. They will be self-made people. They will believe in their own efforts, and by dint of their hard work, they will become fortunate in life. Now let's move on. Now third lord in the third house can also make you undertake short travels. It is possible. Okay, so you may undertake travels. So you may be interested in traveling, and you may undertake travels. Now let's move on to third lord in the fourth house. When the third lord is in the fourth house, that means it can show that some problems with the mother can happen. Okay, some problems, some difference of opinion, some clash of opinion with the mother. You make a lot of efforts to keep your mother happy, but always you feel that it is not enough. You really make a lot of efforts, but somehow you're not able to win your mother's heart. This is possible. All right. Or it can also show that your mother is very hardworking, is very goal-oriented, hardworking, and your mother can have great communication skills. It can also show that. Okay. Now third lord in the fourth house, you may have to make efforts from the four walls of your home. Maybe you can work from home, or maybe you are making a lot of efforts to have your own house. So you will make a lot of efforts to have your own house. So that is your dream, okay, to having your own house. So it's possible. third lord in the fourth house. Now remember friends, fourth house is actually in the chart of the cosmic man, you have the sign of Cancer, which is a water sign, and this is actually the part of the moksha trine. So when the third lord is in the fourth house, then such people, if they make efforts in kind of connecting with their own intuition, they will do very well actually. Okay, because third lord is also aspecting your 8th house and also 12th house. So yeah, if they try to make efforts to go to a foreign land, if they try to make efforts to connect with their own intuition, if they do some meditation, if they believe they can make efforts to later on they can make efforts to move towards spiritual self-realization, some sort of spiritual practices, meditation. So when the third lord is in the fourth house, you should make use of your intuition. That will give you great results. So you should practice meditation. That's very important. And if you make efforts, when you really make efforts wholeheartedly, that can also give you peace of mind. Okay, when you have third lord in the fourth house. So yeah, you should do meditation, and you should connect with your inner self, with your intuition power. Now let's move on to third lord in the fifth house. Third lord in the fifth house. We have to remember that in the chart of the cosmic man, in the fifth house we have the sign of Leo. Leo is a fire sign. So here the third lord is sitting in the fifth house, but we consider trinal aspects as very important in Bhrigunandi Nadi Jyotish. Every planet has trinal aspects, 5-9 aspects in Bhrigunandi Nadi. So whichever planet is in the third, is the third lord in the fifth house. Now it is sitting in actually the house which is ruled by Leo in the chart of the cosmic man. We cannot forget the Kalpurusha chart. It has to be superimposed always. So fifth house is now basically there is a fire sign, and so you will also, your third lord will aspect not just with sitting in the fifth house, it will also aspect your 9th house and also your first house. So that means you may have to make a lot of efforts to please your father. You will have a lot of responsibility towards your father. You may have some problems at times with your father. You will really make efforts to rise in life by dint of your knowledge. You will use your knowledge to improve your life. Okay, that is possible. Now fire signs are definitely connected to knowledge and to change. Okay, so the focus of your life will be to acquire knowledge and bring about a positive change in your life. Okay, so you will make efforts to acquire knowledge, to acquire education. Okay, you may encounter certain obstacles also in acquiring education, but nevertheless that will be the focus of your life, and you will want to actually friends use your knowledge to rise in life, to fulfill the purpose of your life. Okay, so acquiring knowledge, that is going to be very important for you. Acquiring skills, talents, whatever is necessary to rise in life, to fulfill the purpose of your life. You will do that when the third lord is in the fifth house. Okay, your children or child may have great communication skills, or your child may have to travel or maybe have to go away from you for education or something, or at times you may have certain conflicts with your child. This is also possible, but nevertheless the focus of your life will be to acquire knowledge and bring about a positive change in your life. All right, now friends, what will happen when you have the third lord in the sixth house? Sixth house in the natural zodiac, we have the sign of Virgo there. Virgo is an earth sign. So sitting in the sixth house, the third lord will now aspect as per Bhrigunandinadi Jyotish. It will cast aspects on your 10th house and also 2nd house. So such people, when they have third lord in the 6th house, they are very practical, very grounded, very methodical, very systematic. If they make efforts systematically, methodically, they are going to rise in life. They are going to be successful in their profession. They are going to be able to accumulate wealth, money by dint of their efforts. That is possible. Now, when you have the third lord in the 6th house, then you may encounter some obstacles whenever you try to make an initiative and you want to start something of your own, or you take initiative to do anything. You may encounter certain obstacles, certain oppositions. You may enter into disputes, because after all, sixth house is the house of quarrels and fights and disputes also. So you may encounter problems. This is possible, but nevertheless you have to believe in your own self. If you are experiencing obstacles, then you should seek the advice of some person who can guide you. You should go to some guide, teacher, astrologer, any guru who can show you the path, and you will know how to overcome your obstacles and make efforts along a constructive direction. Third lord in the 6th house is a good placement actually. You make efforts and you are focused on your goal, on your target. You use your analytical skills, because here third house is coming to the 6th house. 6th house, you will use your skills of, you could be very detail oriented. You can be very methodical. You can be very analytical, because after all, don't forget, you can have great intellectual power, because because 6th house is naturally the house of Mercury. Okay, so you need to make efforts in enhancing your knowledge. You need to use your efforts in exercising your intellectual power. Okay, so try to go to the depth of things, analyze things well, and acquire knowledge. Use your intellect. That's what you need to do. And you need to focus on your work, on your day-to-day. You need to make efforts in your day-to-day job. Okay, focus on your work, on your profession, and you will end up earning wealth in life. Now let's move on to third lord in the 7th house. Now when third lord is in the 7th house, then your life partner, they can be very intelligent. They can have a very logical bent of mind. Okay, they can be really intelligent. At times you may have problems, arguments with your life partner or spouse. This is possible. After marriage, you may undertake short travels. It is possible with your spouse. Or maybe after marriage, you may undertake short travels on your own. Now, third lord in the 7th house, you can make efforts to do well in your independent business. Okay, so in independent business, if you really make efforts, if you really work hard, then your independent business is going to be very, very successful. You're going to be very successful in your independent business. So so that is important. You have to make efforts. Now, third lord in the 7th house. So you will get opportunity to travel to foreign places. This is possible. Okay. Then third lord in the 7th house. 7th house in the natural zodiac. We have the sign of Libra there. Libra is an air sign. So you need to use your intelligence, your analytical skills. Okay, air sign, no? So you need to use that in your independent business. You need to use that, and you can excel in your business. Okay. Now third house in the third lord in the 7th house. 7th house is also part of the Kama Trikona, because here we have the sign of Libra, so it is part of the Trikona of desire. Okay, so such people can also make efforts to form a relationship. You will have the desire, to form a relationship. You will really make a lot of efforts to keep your partner happy. Or if you're not happy with your partner, you may also seek love. in life. This is possible. If your partner, you're making efforts, but if your partner is not reciprocating, then you may make efforts to find love outside your committed relationship. That is also possible, because this is the part of the trine of desire. You have that desire, okay? So yeah, that is possible. Now you may also have a desire to make friends, okay? You may have a lot of friends. This is possible. And you may develop some relationship with a friend. This is also possible. Some intimate relationship with a friend is also possible when you have third lord in the 7th house. If third lord is associated with Rahu in the 7th house, then you may maintain that relationship with your friend or younger sibling, some cousin actually, that sort of sibling. There is some secretive relationship with a cousin. That is also possible if third lord is associated with some malefics in the house of relationship, the 7th house. But if you make efforts to do well in your independent business, if you really make sincere efforts to use your intelligence and use your ability to networking skills and your own intelligence, you use all of that in your independent business, you can really do very well. You can gain a lot from that. You can gain really a lot from that, because from there it will aspect even the 11th house as per Bhrigunandi Nadi Jyotish, the 5th aspect. So you can also gain a lot from your efforts in your independent business. Even if you're doing a job, you can do something of your own. Why not? Now let's move on to third lord in the 8th house. Okay, when you have third lord in the 8th house, you may have a feeling that you're making efforts, but your efforts are not manifesting the results that you're looking for. So you're making a lot of efforts, but every time you feel your efforts are going in vain. This is possible when the third lord is in the 8th house. You need not worry. Remember that 8th house in the natural zodiac, we have the sign of Scorpio. So Scorpio energy, Scorpio is after all a water sign. I'll come to that later. First of all, Scorpio energy, Scorpio is connected to Mars. So there will be ups and downs. You're making efforts, okay, but there'll be ups and downs in your efforts as well. At times you'll be making efforts with a lot of energy, enthusiasm, willpower, okay, positivity. At times you will feel, oh, what is the use of making efforts? My efforts are not yielding any results, so why should I make efforts? So always going up and down. So very unstable energy, because it is the Scorpio energy naturally there in the 8th house. So it is possible. You have to remember that Scorpio is after all a water sign. So enhance your power of intuition. Connect with your inner self and find out what is really the purpose of your life. You have to figure that out. And that is possible through meditation, which is also again connected to the 8th house. Do some meditation. Spend some time in isolation. Alright? Connect with your inner self through meditation. Very important. And try to figure out what is the purpose of your life. Use your intuition. You use your intuition. If your intuition serves you well, and your efforts will start yielding results from then on. That is the key actually. When you have third lord in the 8th house, go deep within yourself through meditation, through pranayama, breathing exercise and meditation. Do all of that, okay? And you will realize, you will somehow, your inner voice will talk to you, and you will come to know, you will figure out what actually gives you happiness, or what is actually the purpose of your life. And then you use your intuition and make efforts, and then you will see you will do well. Now these people, when you have third lord in the 8th house, okay, efforts, so the lord of efforts is coming to the house of the occult, mystery, secretive knowledge. Okay, so you can do very well if you're into any occult field of knowledge. If third lord is in the 8th house, you can do very well if you're connected to everything which is connected to the 8th house. 8th house is connected to hidden knowledge, secretive knowledge. 8th house is connected to chartered accountancy and audit. 8th house is connected to even insurance, working for insurance companies. 8th house is connected to especially, even life insurance is very much connected to 8th house. Life insurance, health insurance, any insurance company agent or working for an insurance company. Then 8th house is also connected to technology. 8th house is connected to any sort of technology, research, investigation, surgery in medical science. It is connected to any sort of legal investigation done by lawyers. So yeah, if you are connected to any of these fields, you can really do well. This is also the house of detectives, secret agents, secret agencies, intelligence departments. So this is the house of psychology. 8th house is the house of psychology. So you can do very well as a psychologist. So you have to find out. Third house is in the 8th, third lord is in the 8th house. So how you need to absorb the energy of 8th house in your efforts so that your efforts start yielding results for you, and enhance your power of intuition through meditation. Very important. Now let's move on to third lord in the 9th house. When you have third lord in the 9th house is the house of your father. So your father may have to undertake short travels, or there could be some problems, some conflicts with your father. This is possible. You're making a lot of efforts to keep your father happy, or you have taken your father's responsibility. And anyway, you need to take up the responsibility of your parents. That is your moral duty. So, but yeah, when third lord is in the 9th house, you may feel that I'm doing so much, but my father, I'm not being able to keep my father happy. This thought may arise, but it's okay. You do your karma. You don't have to worry about the results of the karma. The results will come to you by default. You have to focus on your karma. That's more important. All right. So don't be so attached to your karma, to the efforts that you're making for your father. That is your duty. That's it. Now third lord is in the 9th house. You may make efforts to undertake foreign travels. You may have a lot of interest in religious worship. It is possible. You may undertake short travels to places of worship. This is possible. You may be interested in long distance travels also. You want to make efforts in undertaking long distance travels to foreign places. Possible. Now third lord in the 9th house. What else? All right. Now what else we can say? Okay friends, we cannot forget that the 9th house, in the natural zodiac, in the 9th house, we have the sign of Sagittarius. Sagittarius is a fire sign. All right. So fire sign. Now it is part of the Dharma trine. Okay, it's part of the Dharma trine, and fire sign is there, Sagittarius. That means you have to, when third lord is in the 9th house, you have to focus on knowledge, acquiring some higher knowledge, some specialization. Try to do that. So suppose you have acquired college education in a certain field, then you should make efforts. You will also make efforts in acquiring specialization in that knowledge, doing higher studies, that is going to some university or doing any sort of higher studies. The third house in the 9th, third lord in the 9th house can show that you also want to acquire philosophical knowledge, any sort of philosophical knowledge, spiritual knowledge, even you want to acquire you're reading religious scriptures. That is possible. Okay, you may have great communication skills if you really have read the scriptures properly, or any sort of philosophical texts. Then you may also have the power to communicate that to people. This is possible. Third lord in the 9th house is a very good combination for being a very successful counselor, because counseling is all about using communication skills. So when you have third lord in the 9th house, such people will have great logical bent of mind, great reasoning power, and they will use their counseling skills, they will use their communication ability, and that will enhance their counseling skills. They can be very good counselors. Okay, and so ultimately when third lord is in the 9th house, it means you have to focus on acquiring knowledge, higher knowledge. Okay, and that will enable you to bring about a positive change in your life and in the lives of the people who are associated with you. Now let's move on to third lord in the 10th house. That is a very good placement. When third lord is in the 10th house, then you can make efforts and you can become successful in your profession. The efforts that you make, whatever efforts you make, your hard work, your willpower, your courage, they will enable you to become successful in your profession, because third lord is in the house of profession. So your self efforts will enable you to become very successful in your profession. Now third lord in the 10th house, so that is why 10th house is also an upachaya house. And so you go on making efforts, and you will see day by day, along with time, you will get results. You will keep on rising in your profession. You'll become more and more successful. Okay, and you can have a good public image. Gradually you can have your own successful image in public also. You can have a lot of followers, because now your public image can be improved, because you are making efforts in your profession. So making efforts along a constructive direction to do well in your profession, that is the key. And that's what third lord, if it is well placed in the 10th house, that's what people will do. They will really use their willpower, talent, skills, endeavors and efforts. They will use all of that to rise in their profession. That's what they're going to do. So it's a very good sign. Such people are very practical. They believe that they can make efforts and they can achieve anything in their work. So especially if the third lord is well placed in the 10th house, such people believe in their own efforts, in their in the power of their endeavors. They will believe in that. Okay, so they will believe that by dint of their hard work and diligence, they can achieve whatever they want in life. They will believe that. All right, friends, you should also remember that the 10th house in the natural zodiac, here we have the sign of Capricorn, and Capricorn is an earth sign, and that's what makes these people who have third lord in the 10th house, so they actually will make efforts in a very practical and logical way in their professional life. So they are very practical. So they will believe in making efforts in a goal oriented way. Okay, and by dint of their efforts, they will do well in their profession. They can also earn money, because it is part of the earth trine. Capricorn earth sign is part of the earth trine. 10, 2 and 6, they're part of the earth trine. So they can do very well. They can accumulate a huge amount of money over time, and they can be very methodical, systematic in their work. All right, so now let's move on to third lord in the 11th house. Third lord in the 11th house. In the 11th house in the natural zodiac, we have the sign of Aquarius. This is again the trikona or trine of desire, Aquarius. And Aquarius is also air sign, intelligent. So intelligence, and it can show research. Now when you have third lord in the 11th house, then such natives, they can do very well in the field of research. If they really make efforts to do research, and if they really do a lot of research, investigation, analysis, okay, in-depth study, they can do very well when third lord is in the 11th house. It can enable them to gain in life. These people can gain. The house of gains is 11th house. They can gain in life by dint of their own efforts. Okay, so they will gain in life. They will become successful, prosperous in life because of their own efforts. It is possible. So whenever they make efforts, there is a possibility that they are going to gain something in life. So that's a very good placement actually. So you're making efforts, and your efforts are yielding results for you, because third lord in the 11th house. It is also the house where you have in the natural zodiac the sign of Aquarius, which is part of the Kama Trikona. So when you have third house in the third lord in the 11th house, so you have great desire. You can be very ambitious. You will chase your targets, your professional targets, your goals in life, like anything, because you have a great desire, a great ambition to rise in life. You have that, to gain prosperity in life, to be, to ensure that you have welfare and prosperity. So you will make a lot of efforts to ensure that you achieve whatever you want in life. So this is possible when third lord goes to the 11th house of gains and prosperity. So this house is naturally also connected to Saturn and even Jupiter. So it can make you very prosperous over time when you really go on making efforts along a certain direction, and if you really your efforts are all focused towards maximizing your gains in life. And but then you should earn money in an ethical way, very important, because after all 11th house is naturally the house of Saturn and Jupiter. So you need to earn money in an ethical way. Otherwise, if you earn money in an unethical way, ultimately that money is not going to be of any use, and you will have to pay that back in some way or the other. So it is always better to adopt fair means to rise in life, to attain money and to maximize your gains in life. And yes, when you have a third lord which is more or less well placed in the 11th house, such people believe that they believe in their own efforts, and they believe that they have the capability to bring about positive change in their life. They have the capability to achieve their goals in life, because they become very confident also when third lord is well placed in the 11th house. They are confident about themselves. They know that yes, they can achieve whatever they want. Okay, so third lord in the 11th house, you can have friendly relation with people in your social network. People who are there in your social network, you may have a friendly relationship with them. Okay, so and this is very good for networking. You can have great networking skills also when the third lord is in the 11th house, and you can benefit from your networks, social networks. All right. Third lord in the 11th house, your elder siblings. You may have a lot of responsibility towards your elder siblings. At times there may be some problems with your elder siblings, but you have responsibility towards them. It's possible. Now next, what else? Third lord in the 11th house is a great placement for those people who really believe that hard work is everything in life. Actually, in Bhrigunandi Nadi Jyotish also, we believe that your karma, your actions, they go a long way in shaping even your destiny. Okay, so these people also believe that. So it's a beautiful placement actually. By dint of your efforts, hard work, willpower, courage, you can gain in life, and you can make sure that you can get whatever you desire in life. Just 1 second, friends. Alright, now the final placement when the third lord is in the 12th house, what will happen? The third lord in the 12th house, that means you will make efforts to go to a foreign land, to settle down in a foreign land. It is possible. Okay, and 12th house is the house where naturally we have the sign of Pisces. Pisces is a water sign. So when you have third lord in the 12th house, remember that if you make efforts to listen to your inner voice, to your conscience, if you make efforts to use your intuition, you are really going to rise in life. You're really going to, be successful. That is the area along which you have to make efforts. You have to make efforts in, using your sense of intuition. That is very important. So you have to connect with your inner self, with your intuition. Now, how will you use your sense of intuition? You can use your sense of intuition. You can enhance your power of intuition through meditation. So when you have third lord in the 12th house, you should believe in meditation, and you may also make efforts to stay alone, isolated. So do that. At times stay isolated, at times engage in meditation. Very important. Meditation, connect with your inner self, higher self, move towards self-realization. Very important. Make efforts to even curtail your expenditure, okay, because these people, they can end up even spending money. So this will happen. Third lord in the 12th house, you may make efforts to spend money, to lead a luxurious life. You can make efforts to do that, but be careful. Instead of that, make efforts in making some sensible investment. Use your intelligence and make some intelligent investment, sensible investment, and that investment can benefit can benefit you, or you can benefit from that. So make some investment, make efforts, try to understand what sort of investments you need to make. Yes, and those investments will enable you to gain in life. All right. And then friends, what else we can say when third lord is in the 12th house? So make use of your intuition. You will also make efforts to go to a foreign land. It is possible. You may make efforts to go to a foreign land, to settle down in a foreign land. It is possible. All right. So you may also get the opportunity to travel to a foreign land and settle down there. You will have a great desire to do that. Now third lord in the 12th house. 12th house is part of the moksha trikona. So you need to practice compassion, charity. You need to have charity. You need to do charity, and you need to practice compassion. You need to have compassion, okay, for the downtrodden. That's very important, okay. So make efforts to become selfless, because 12th house is the house of selflessness. When you think not about yourself, but when you think of others. So that is the 12th house. The 12th house makes you think of others' welfare. So make efforts to think of other people's welfare. That is very important. Now, friends, so like 12th house. 12th house, so I'm so sorry for the interruptions in between. Please excuse me, friends. So anyway, but so we can't stop suddenly anywhere. So yeah, anyway, so that's what. So the third lord in the 12th house. Now 12th house is connected to Pisces, and Pisces is definitely ruled by Jupiter. So such people can also have great intuition power. If you really make efforts, your power of intuition, you can enhance your power of intuition if you make efforts. It is possible, okay. So make efforts to connect with your inner self, to make efforts to enhance your power of intuition through meditation, yoga, through breathing exercise. Very important. All right. Then third lord, you can also have great communication ability. Means communication ability when it comes to things which are connected to imagination, to the power of imagination. So third lord in the 12th house, such people can be great fictional writers. They can be great writers of fiction, okay. So because you have the third lord in the 12th house, you can be a great fictional writer. You can also have the ability to preach to people regarding your spiritual beliefs, whatever spiritual beliefs you have. So you will have the power to preach that. So because communication, third lord is connected to your communication skills. All right. So you will have the power to preach whatever knowledge you have gained from your study, of spiritual or religious texts. So you can communicate all of that to people. You can be a great preacher also. when you have third lord in the 12th house. It is also good for being a very great religious preacher, spiritual guide and counselor also. Yeah. So, and you can be a very good fictional writer, you can be a very good painter also, because painting also involves creativity and imagination. Means you can be very creative. When you have third lord in the 12th house, such people can have great artistic and creative abilities. Yes, this is possible. So friends, there were interruptions, but nevertheless I wanted to finish the topic. So yeah, that was my take on third lord in all 12 houses of your horoscope. So let me know what you think in the comment section. Take care friends. Bye. Oh yes, do subscribe, like, share, and friends, always believe in, before I wind up, I would remind you, believe in charity. Okay, believe in charity, believe in helping the poor, the downtrodden, and also be kind to animals, birds and all creatures. Take care friends. Bye.